Welcome students. We completed chapter 1, 2 and 3. Now it's time to go through the textual exercise of chapter 1, 2 and 3. So the chapter 1 exercise. Which of the following is a container used to collect different kinds of inputs from the user? What is that? That collects some information from user. User will provide some information and it will collect and save it. What will be the answer? Answer would be obviously A, form. Second question, which of the following element is used to create an HTML form? So to create HTML form, we use the element that is form element. As you know, to create entire form, we use these four things, that is text area, form, select an option and input. In that, form is used to create HTML form. Third question, which of the following is the tag used to implement form element? Through which HTML element we create form rather? So it is very obvious that we create form using form/form. You have to be very careful for such MCQs because over there you can see that most of the options are almost same. So be careful in selecting answer, and it is A, where it is form and /form. Fourth question, which of the following attribute of form is used to specify where to send the form data when the form is submitted? You know that a form has got attributes like name, method, and action. So which one of these is used to specify where to send the form data when form is submitted? So it is obviously action attribute. And the fifth question is, which of the following attribute of form is used to specify the HTTP method to be used when sending the data? So while sending the data, which of the following attribute of form tag is used? As you can see, in fact here, this type of question is very easy to understand because there are only two attributes given. Submit is not an attribute, input is not an attribute. So action and method are the two possible answers. In that, answer is method attribute. So first 5 MCQs of chapter 1. Let us continue with the next one. Which of the following values are used by method attribute? So method attribute uses there are two possible values as we studied, and those possible values are get and post. Remember that get is method, non-secure way of communication, data is attached to the URL, and post is a secure way of communication, data gets collected into a file and that file gets encrypted and then that file data is sent to the server. Next question, which of the following method allows only a limited amount of information to be sent at a time? So there are two methods. Now you know there are two methods. So option C and option D are not there. So you can even exclude a wrong answer if you are not sure about correct answer, and then think about the rest of the options. So here we have two things to consider, get or post, and you very well know that get is the correct answer because using get, data getting attached to the URL. So because it is getting attached to the URL, we can send very limited amount of information, whereas post, it collects all the data and makes a file. So there is no kind of limitation of how much data can be sent. So that is correct answer is get, which is the default value of method attribute. Eighth question, which of the following method sends the data as a block? That block means a file through the HTTP transaction. Again, you know that possible answers can be either get or post. And as we have discussed in the previous MCQ, so here the answer would be post, because post sends the data as a block through the HTTP transaction rather than sending it through as an attachment to the URL. Ninth MCQ, which of the following attribute of the attribute of input element specifies the field that is to be created in the form. So in form, when you want to create some different controls of the form control, which attribute of input element is used? So input to cannot be the answer. Type is the correct answer, because using type we specify which type of control we want to create. So that specifies which kind of field, form field we want to create, or which kind of form control we want to create. 10th MCQ. Which of the following element allows multi-line text input? You must remember that there are two types of text input. One is the text box, normal text box, which is a single line text box, which can be created using input type is equal to text. But when you want to create a multi-line text input, the option will be text area, because text area allows you to create a text box which is multi-line text box, and where you can enter as much you want to enter. MCQ 11. Which of the following element is used to create a drop-down list or menu in a form? So drop-down list, or you can call it menu, or even you can call it selection box. So for that we use, as my question or the word which I used reveals the answer, that selection box. So can be created using select option or the select tag. So select element is used to create a drop-down list or menu in a form. MCQ 13. Which of the following is a free open source web development IDE? Now here they had given only one web development IDE name, so answer is Composer. But suppose if they give other web development IDE name which are there in chapter 3, they might give here in this questions like Amaya or Blue Griffin or Aptana Studio, then you have to think about the answer. But if it is only question based, which is on chapter 1 based, it is only Composer. And the last question, 14th question is, which of the following stands for WYSIWYG or WYSIWYG? That is the full form of WYSIWYG. Full form of WYSIWYG is, as we know, what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. It's a kind of software where we prepare output, and based on that output design, software will write the code. That input will be prepared by software. You know it very well. So this is what chapter 1 MCQ. Let us move to chapter 2. Chapter 2 is CSS and JavaScript. Question 1. Which of the following allows specifying styles for the visual element of the website? So for the visual element means those things which are visible on web page. And which of the following is used to specify style for that? So it is obviously cascading style sheets. Cascading style sheets is used to specify the style for the visual element of a website. Second question. Which of the following is known as special symbol in the syntax of CSS? This is one of the very popular question which is being asked in board exam also. So once again, which of the following is known as special symbol in the syntax of CSS? So that is obviously rules. The rules, this CSS syntax has got some special symbols known as rules. There is a sentence in textbook that says that the syntax of CSS contains a special symbols known as rules. Question 3. Which of the following are two main parts of CSS rule or the CSS syntax? So which of the following are two main parts of CSS? So obviously they are selector and declaration. This is just a coincidence that all the answers are coming A, but you don't expect such things in board exam. So be careful while selecting the answer. So which of the following are two main parts of CSS? Selector and declaration. Selector in majority case is HTML tag, and declaration is written within curly bracket and contains property and value. Next question. Which of the following is an HTML element on which style can be applied? So you know that there are two parts of CSS. One is selector and declaration. So out of that, on which we apply the CSS style rules. So we apply it on selector. So selector is the element on which style can be applied. Fifth MCQ. Which of the following is the syntax of CSS? And the syntax of CSS, you know that it consists of two things, selector and declaration. And the declaration consists of again two things, property and value. And property and values are written within curly bracket and they are separated by colon sign. So select, property and value. That is option C, selector, property and value, not only select. It should be selector. So option C. And as you can see, property and value written within curly bracket and separated by colon. Next question, sixth question. Which of the following has developed JavaScript? Who has developed JavaScript? So you know it very well. We discussed in chapter 2 that JavaScript is developed by Netscape company, the company who has developed Firefox. The same company has developed JavaScript. So JavaScript is developed by Netscape. Next question. Which of the following is a scripting language that allows adding programming to the web pages? So using what we can add programming in that, in the web page. You know that HTML is not capable of adding programming. CSS cannot add programming because CSS is only for the style sheets. There is nothing like ActionScript. So the correct answer would be JavaScript. JavaScript allows programmer to add programming aspect in the web pages. So that is JavaScript. Next, eighth question. Which of the following is a scripting language that is simple, lightweight programming language and that does not contain advanced programming functionality? So it is obviously JavaScript. Why? Because HTML is not scripting language. HTML is not even programming language. It is a simple markup language, whereas C and Java are high-level programming language containing advanced programming styles. But JavaScript is a scripting language which is simple and light-weighted programming language, and it does not contain any advanced programming functionalities. Ninth question. Which of the following tag is used to insert JavaScript code into an HTML page? So as you know that CSS is written between style and /style. So JavaScript code is written between script and /script. Again, observe all the four options and be careful in selecting your correct option, script and /script. So that is 9th MCQ. Moving over to 10th MCQ. Which of the following symbols signifies the start and end of a JavaScript block? You know that once you start JavaScript block, the JavaScript block or the set of commands of that block is written between curly bracket. And the same thing will come in Java language also. So do remember this, that the block of statements are written within curly brackets. Next, question number 11. Which of the following is a reusable block of code that performs a particular task? So which of the following is a reusable block of code? We can use as many times you want to use, and that is function. JavaScript function is a reusable block of code that performs a particular task and can be used as many times you want to use. Question number 12. Which of the following statement is used to return a value in a function? So if you want your function to return some value, it is very obvious, simple question. There is a return function, return statement is used to return a value in a function. Question number 13. Which of the following is generated by the browser due to interaction between the user and the web page. In simple, what happens or what is generated when user does something on web page? The same question may be asked in different language. So you must know the different variation of the same question. So which of the following is generated by the browser due to interaction between the user and the web page? So it is an event. An event is generated when user does something on the web page. 14th question, number 14. Which of the following is not an event? So we have seen so many events in chapter 2. About event, mouse over event, mouse out event, click event, load event, submit event. Many events we have seen, blur event, focus event. But we have not seen any event like set event. So set is the correct answer, that set is not an JavaScript event. Otherwise abort, mouse over and load are the events of JavaScript. So that is what MCQ for chapter 2. Continuing with the chapter 2 again. MCQ number 15. Which of the following is a container for storing data? Where we can store some data and we can again change that data whenever it is required. So that is obviously variable, ability to change, variable. So that is, a variable is a container for storing data. They may ask you a question like that also. Variable is a container for storing what? And then you should write data. Next question, 16. Which of the following stands for BOM, BOM? So full form of BOM, that is browser object model. Browser object model which defines the browser in detail so that we can know the hierarchy of the control and how we can reach to that control using the browser object model. MCQ 17. Which of the following is the top level object in the browser object model? Top level object. So which of the following is the top? On the top, the highest on the top is which object? So for browser object model, on the top is the window object. Window is the topmost object in the browser object model, because when browser is open, we say browser window is open, Chrome window is open, Internet Explorer window is open, Firefox window is open. So we call it that window is on the top level object of the browser object model. And then document comes inside that. And then form comes inside document. And then text box or password box or other things comes inside form. So that is what explained by browser object model. And the last one is, which of the following stands for none? NaN. You know that there is a ready-made numerical function called is none. So none stands for not a number. Again, observe that there are some other options which are almost nearby. So don't just overlook that option and select your answer, but read carefully and then select your answer so that you don't lose the marks for the questions which you already knew. So that is chapter 2 MCQs. Moving over to chapter 3, website designing. Chapter 3, creating simple website using Composer. MCQ 1. Which of the following helps in promoting the business, selling the products, and attracting a large number of customers? It is very obvious, very simple to answer this. So I am not asking anything in detail for you also. You also would be knowing that answer is website. A website helps in promoting business, selling products, and attracting a large number of customers. Second MCQ. Which of the following is not an important point to be considered for developing a good website as a part of planning process? You know that the website planning process has got 4 main points to consider. Purpose of the website, audience of the website, content of the website, and medium of the website. But there is nothing like input. So obviously the answer would be input. Third MCQ. Which of the following information should a website contain? A website must contain complete and relevant information. It cannot contain complete and irrelevant information, or it cannot contain incomplete and irrelevant information, or it cannot contain incomplete and relevant information. Rather, the website content must be complete and relevant. So that comes under content of the website. Fourth question, which of the following content provides an overview of the site, organization, products and services and other items? So which of the following provides overview of all these things? So that is provided by general. The general content provides overview of the site, organization, product and services and other items. So that is the general content. Fifth question, which of the following is a collection of interlinked web pages? Very simple question. All of you can answer it easily, and that is website. A website is collection of interlinked web pages. All the web pages of a website are interlinked. So that is a collection of interlinked web pages. Moving over to sixth question. Which of the following is the first page that opens when the user enters the URL address in the address bar of the browser? So when user enters URL address in the address bar of the browser, for example, if I write www.schoolplaza.com, then which is the first page that will open, and what we call that first page? So the first page we call it home page. That I hope everybody would be knowing it. Very simple question, but many a time it has been even asked in the board exam. Even the seventh question, which we are going to do now. Which of the following file name is the homepage of the website saved as? You know that every file has one page which acts as a home page. How does browser know that which page out of hundreds of pages of a website, which page is a home page? So browser understands that the file whose name is index.html or the file which is saved as index.html is considered as home page of the website. Eighth MCQ. Which of the following is a variable that is stored on the user's computer? A variable that is stored in user's computer and which remembers some information. So it is obviously cookie. You must be aware of that when you visit different websites, that website tells you that this site uses cookies. You want to see the terms and conditions, or you agree, or it is okay. So that cookies are nothing but a variable that is stored on the user's computer which remembers what we have typed in particular field, so that next time when you type the same thing, it will give you suggestions. So that is called cookie. Ninth MCQ, and that is, which of the following stands for FTP? The full form of FTP, very easy question. It is File Transfer Protocol. Now let us see the exercise, textual exercise of chapter 4 and 5, so that we can have a quick revision of both the chapters. Chapter 4, Introduction to E-commerce. The very first question is, which of the following is an example for online bookstore? Very easy question. Online bookstore, we know that the Amazon is the very popular online bookstore. Amazon was the first e-commerce website to get attention of common people, and initially Amazon was selling only books. So the correct answer would be Amazon. Second question, which of the following is newspaper that exists on the internet in digital form? So the newspaper that exists on internet in digital form, that is called e-newspaper, that is electronic newspaper. I-newspaper, internet newspaper, www newspaper are not the right answer, even though they have almost the same meaning, but the actual correct answer would be e-newspaper or electronic newspaper. Moving over to question number 3, chapter 4. Which of the following is the process of buying and selling products by offering the customers to bid the price? So a kind of website where customer can bid for the price of the different products, and if the seller wants to sell that item for that price which is been bid by customer, they will sell it. So such website or such activity or process is called auction, that is harraji. Question 4. Which of the following is known as the process of conducting the banking transactions over the internet? So the activity, banking activity, when we do using internet and computer, what it is called? So definitely it is not an auction, not a bidding, it is definitely net banking. www banking is can be a correct answer, but as per the textbook and as per the common word which we are using in our day-to-day life is net banking. Question number 5. Which of the following is a feature of traditional commerce? See, traditional commerce has got so many different features. Like it has a limited period of time for operates within a certain period of time or during business hours. So that is first option itself is correct. So answer would be A. But let us see the other options also. It says advertisement of product is done electronically. No, over there the product advertisement is done by the physical product which are hanged outside the shop or inside the shop. And that arrangement which is done by shopkeeper is called merchandising. Third, e-payments systems are used for receiving payment. No. In traditional commerce, there is no e-payment system. It is only cash or through credit card or like this. You can tell that credit card payment is e-payment system, but still no, it is not e-payment system. It is only when you make payment on website of that particular shop. And the fourth option, customers can browse through products and offers online. Like there is word missing in this in the textbook itself, that customer can browse through products and offers. So if you just skip this sentence, that is true. We can browse through products and offers in the traditional commerce also. We can go to any shop and we can browse through different products and the offers which that shop is offering. But here they mean to say online product browsing and looking at the different offers which are online. So the correct answer would be A, that it operates within a certain period of time, or rather you can say that that is the only option which is only fitting in traditional commerce and not in e-commerce. We know that e-commerce is 24/7. It operates 24/7, whereas traditional commerce there is certain period of time during which business can be conducted. Fine. So this type of questions you have to be very careful. Sometimes what happens, you may feel or you may logically argue that the other option is also correct. But then you have to think about the content given in the textbook, and as per the textbook content, which answer is correct, you have to select that one. Chapter 4 only, introduction to e-commerce, and question number 6. Which of the following is a feature of e-commerce? The first one was asking for the feature of traditional commerce, the previous question, and now it is asking for the feature of e-commerce, and the options are operates within a certain period of time or during business hours. No, that is only for traditional commerce. E-commerce is 24/7. Second, no sharing of information with competitors. No, over there, if they wish or they don't wish, but the informations are shared because it is publicly available on website. So if Flipkart is having any sale starting from today, and if they wish Amazon should not know that, then you know that it is not possible. Over there in e-commerce, the informations are shared by everybody because it is publicly available. Third, location renting or purchasing, that is also not required in e-commerce. There is no need of any location renting or purchasing for shop. It is only in traditional commerce. So you can say that the first three belongs to the features of traditional commerce. And the last one, that is advertisement of the product is done electronically. That is the correct answer for question number 6. Moving over to next question, question number 7, chapter 4, introduction to e-commerce. Which of the following is not an advantage of e-commerce? Now, not an advantage. There are many advantages of e-commerce. Which one of the following is not an advantage? Lower cost is an advantage. People get product in lower cost online when they purchase through e-commerce. Conduct business 24/7, that is also an advantage of e-commerce. Security. Security is not an advantage. It's a drawback of e-commerce that customers' data are not secured. So security is the correct answer. And no geographical limitations is also not correct answer because there is no limitation. So that's a good thing. It's an advantage of e-commerce. So security is the only not an advantage of e-commerce. Question 8. Which of the following is a disadvantage of e-commerce? Now we have to see which is the disadvantage. So almost 7th and 8th question are same. The meaning is same. One says not an advantage, that is disadvantage, and here also it says is a disadvantage. So what is the disadvantage of e-commerce about from this four? Privacy, improved customer service, speed, and conduct business 24/7. So obviously privacy of customers data is a serious issue. So that's a disadvantage of e-commerce. Question number 9. Which of the following e-commerce business model refers to business and organization that sell products or services to consumers over the internet using website? You know that there are certain e-commerce models defined based on which two parties are involved in business transaction. Then which one of the following refers to the business that sell products to consumer? It is obvious, business to consumer, that is B2C. B2B is between two business houses. C2B is a reverse auction, consumer to business, and G2B is government to business. 10th question. Which of the following e-commerce business model refers to activities between different business partners? Different business partners, see the word. So between two business partners. So it is obviously business to business, B2B, where both the parties are business. There is no individual consumer or government involved in the activity of e-commerce. Question number 11. Which of the following is a good example of C2C model? C2C, first you should know that what is C2C? It is consumer to consumer, where there is no business or government involved. On both the end there are consumers. So which site allows only consumer to take part for selling and purchasing? That is obviously auction sites. Auction sites are the very good example of C2C model, where those who wants to sell something will put their products, and those who wants to purchase they will put their bid. So bidder and seller comes together on the website called auction website, and that is a C2C model. Question number 12. Which of the following e-commerce business model refers to e-commerce activities involving transaction between and among the consumer? So again it is saying that a business model where e-commerce activities are involving transaction between and among consumer. So it is obviously consumer to consumer, C2C, that is auction websites. Question number 13. Which of the following e-commerce model involves reverse auctions, where the consumer determines the price of the product or services, and if business are ready to give that or sell that product, they will accept the offer. So that is a reverse auction. If you remember when we were discussing chapter, I also told that time also that for C2B you remember the word reverse auction. So consumer to business is the correct answer, where consumer puts his criteria, and if any business house is ready to provide that product according to the criteria set by the consumer, then the e-commerce activity will be carried out. So that is C2B, consumer to business. Question number 14. Which of the following e-commerce business model is also a part of e-governance? Now, e-governance, when government comes inside, so obviously the business model should have G somewhere. So government to citizen. If you see here, very easy options are given: B2B, C2B, C2C and G2C. So obviously the correct answer would be government to citizen, G2C. Question number 15. Which of the following e-commerce business model refers to online non-commercial communication between the government agencies, organizations and departments with other government agencies, organizations and departments? So in simple, it wants to say that which model refers to online non-commercial communication between two government departments. So it is obviously government to government, G2G, where it is a non-commercial communication which involves government agencies or organizations and government departments only. No business, no consumer involved. So that is G2G. So that's the end of chapter 4 MCQs exercise. Moving over to chapter 5, Introduction to M-Commerce. MCQ first, question 1. Which of the following refers to buying and selling of goods or services through the use of internet-enabled wireless devices? So it is very obvious question. M-commerce is the correct answer. Second, which of the following is the use of technologies which provides the location information for business purpose? So location information is provided by L-commerce. So that is location based commercial activity. So it is L-commerce. Question number 3. Following stands for GPS. What is the full form of GPS? The full form of GPS is Global Positioning System. So the GPS is Global Positioning System, where using different satellites our mobile location is calculated, and 3 satellites they find the location of our mobile, and then the average location of these 3 satellites location is considered as our mobile's location, and that process is known as triangulation. Do remember this, that the process of finding any mobile location using three satellites is called triangulation. Chapter 5, question number 4. Which of the following security aspect refers to the secrecy of the information so that unauthorized user cannot read it? So secrecy of the information is important. Don't look at the word unauthorized user. Here the word secrecy of information is very important, and for that it is confidentiality. The confidentiality refers to the secrecy of the information so that no unauthorized user can read it. Question number 5. Which of the following security aspect ensures that the information must not be accidentally or maliciously altered or tampered in transit? So the message which we are sending should not get altered or changed during the transmission. And which of the following is for that? So it is definitely integrity. Integrity says that the message should reach to the receiver exactly the way it has been sent by the sender. There should not be any changes, and that is called integration. And you know that there were integration violation in one of them, and that is called, which one was that integration violation? If you remember, cyber vandalism. Cyber vandalism was integrity violation, because in cyber vandalism what happens is the information which is sent by the server or the website and the viewer, what he or she receives is different. So that is a integrity violation. That is cyber vandalism. Question number 6. Which of the following security aspect ensures that only authentic users are allowed to use the system? So here you understand that it is asking for authentic users to be allowed to use the system. So it is obviously authorization that we need to, if we want to use our email account, first we need to authorize ourselves by providing user ID and password. So that is authentication or authorization. Question number 7. Which of the following security aspect ensures that the sender of the message cannot deny that he or she has sent the message, or at the same time receiver cannot deny that he or she has received the message, and that is non-repudiation. So if you look at all these 4 MCQ of chapter 5, that is MCQ 4, 5, 6, 7, these 4 are the security aspect of e-commerce and m-commerce, and there are 4 security aspects: confidentiality, integrity, authorization and non-repudiation. Question number 8, chapter 5. Which of the following is a program that uses internet to record information that passes through a computer or router in transit from sender to receiver? So, which is that program that uses internet to record information? And recording information is always sniffer program. Sniffer program records the information that passes through a computer or router in transit from sender to receiver. So sniffer program records our activity. Question number 9. Which of the following is an attack used to shut down a machine or a network or a server, making it inaccessible to its intended users? So attack, there is only one, that because this word is very commonly used in program textbook, and you can easily remember it, that is denial of service attack, where a machine or a network or a server is made so busy by other activities that it cannot be accessed by the intended or their registered users. So we feel that the website is not responding us or the server is not responding us. So that is denial of service attack. Question number 10. Which of the following is known as electronic defacing of an existing website page? Electronic defacing of existing website page, the integrity violation, just now we discussed, and that is cyber vandalism. Cyber vandalism is an electronic defacing of an existing website page with replaced by another website page. So there is integrity violation. The page which was sent by the server and the page which is received by the receiver are not same. There is a violation of integrity. So that is cyber vandalism. Question number 11. Which of the following is pretending to be someone you are not, or representing a website as authentic when it is actually a fake website? So it is spoofing. Spoofing is something, or masquerading. Spoofing is also known as, there is another word given in the textbook, and that is masquerading is a pretending to be someone you are not, or representing a whole website as an authentic one where actually it's a fake website. So that is spoofing. Question number 12. Which of the following is a computer program that detects, prevents and takes action to remove the malicious code like viruses and worms and Trojan horses from the infected system? Though the question is very long, but answer is very easy, and that is antivirus software. You know that once you installed antivirus software in your computer, it will prevent you from different viruses, worms and Trojan horses. So that is antivirus software. If you remember the previous topics, previous question 11, 10 and so on, they discussed about all the internet security threats like spoofing, cyber vandalism, denial of service attack, sniffing, all those things. And now it is discussing about how we can protect our system using all this, from all these things, like all the threats of internet. And one of them is antivirus software. Fine. Next question, question number 13. Which of the following is the transformation of normal text known as plain text into unreadable or secret text that is known as cipher text using encryption algorithm. Now the question itself gives you the answer. The following is so that is encryption. But when they ask the same question in board, you may expect that they cut the sentence. They might ask you like, which of the following is a transformation of normal text from uh, to ciphertext? Simple one sentence question. So that is encryption. Encryption is a process of converting plain text into cipher text. Moving over to question number 14, chapter number 5. Which of the following is the transformation of encrypted text back into normal text? So the reverse process of encryption is known as decryption. So decryption is conversion of ciphertext into plain text, and encryption is conversion of plain text into ciphertext. And let me tell you one thing quickly, the combination of these two, that is encryption and decryption together, is called cryptography. And cryptography uses a key to encrypt the message, and the same key is used for decrypting the message, that is called a private key. Question number 15. Which of the following is a protocol used for securing web transactions on internet? So TCP/IP is not protocol for web transaction. HTTP is also not a protocol for web transaction. Bluetooth is not a protocol for web transaction. So it is obviously SSL, secure socket layer. SSL is the protocol used for securing web transactions on internet. Question number 16. Who developed SSL protocol? Which of the company has developed SSL protocol? Google, Netscape, Yahoo or Firefox? So it is Netscape. One more thing, let us quickly remind me. In our textbook, this is the second time we have getting the same sentence that SSL is developed by Netscape. Similarly, in chapter 2 we saw one thing, and that is JavaScript. So JavaScript is also developed by Netscape. So remember these two things together. Question number 17. Which of the following starting address indicates that the site is secured by SSL protocol? So the site which is protected by SSL protocol developed by Netscape begins with which of the following? So we know that it begins with HTTPS, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. It is a secure website. So a secure and safe website is one where the website address begins with HTTPS rather than only HTTP. Question number 18. Which of the following provides the author with a tool to protect his or her original work from being used or taken or stolen or copied by others without permission? So which of the following provides an author with a tool? So it's a copyright. The author uses the copyright symbol to indicate or to mention that this particular thing is copyrighted, should not be used. If you have any poem book or novel, you will see that copyright of that so and so author, so that it cannot be duplicated. So that is copyright. Question number 19. Which of the following is a specific logo, mark, word, symbol, or design, or phrase, or image which is used by individual or a company to distinguish between a product or service from that of the others in the market? So when you want to your product, suppose there are many toothpaste product, but when you want to distinguish your product from other toothpaste companies, what do they do? So they use trademark. Trademark is something where they try to distinguish their product or services from that of the others. Question number 20. Which of the following is the symbol for trademark now? So for trademark, they use different symbols. So which are the symbols? There are three symbols given in textbook for trademark, and that is TM, SM and R. TM is trademark, SMS is for service mark, and R is for registered mark. So that is TM, SM, and registered R symbol. Question number 21. Which of the following is the process of hiding information within another information? Where this was very interesting topic. If you remember, we just discussed in the second last lecture that which of the following is the process of hiding information within another information, and that is called steganography. Steganography is the process of hiding information within other information. Moving on to the last set of questions of chapter 5. Question number 20. Which of the following is a digital code inserted into a digital image, audio file or video file which can identify file's copyright information? So which digital code is inserted? So that is obviously digital mark. A digital mark is a digital code that is inserted into a digital image, audio or video which can identify the file's copyright information. 23rd question. Who issues credit card and guarantees the payment to the merchant? So issuing card means issuing bank. So issuing bank is issue the card to the customer and guarantees the payment to the merchant. So when we use credit card, we get credit card from issuing bank, that is HDFC, where we have our bank account. So they will be giving credit card, that is issuing bank. But the actual credit card facility is again provided by acquiring bank, that is Visa and MasterCard. So that is acquiring bank. Acquiring bank is the one who is in the business of credit card. 24th question, last question. Which of the following payment card has a microchip embedded in its surface? And that is also, that is what smart card, because that is why it is called smart, because it is smart information. It has 100 times more information stored in that golden microchip rather than compared to that magnetic tape which in normal credit card we have on the back side of the credit card. But for using smart card, you must need a smart card reader where they insert your card. They don't swipe your card, but they just insert the card. But you know that after smart card also, now we have new invention and new improvement in the card, and that is Wi-Fi enabled card. No need to swipe, no need to insert, just tap it on the machine and through Wi-Fi it will get the information from your card and payment will be done. So that is what chapter 4 and 5 exercise and quick revision. Thank you.